Jake Davis. This is an instructional video that is going to show you how to use the Powtoon website. Now, Powtoon is an awesome resource. It's really cool. It's a great way for students to take ownership of their learning by creating basically a movie. It's an animated slideshow, but the end result is going to be a movie. Okay, so it's pretty neat, and hopefully I'm going to be able to show you basically how it works, and then maybe I'll have time to show you how I can use it, how you can use it in the classroom. I'll show you how I use it in the classroom. Okay, so right off the bat here is, let's go back to pretty much how you sign in. I got a little head right there on that little slide. To sign in or to sign up for Powtoon, first of all, you will need to click this link right here. Now you can find that link in the wiki of the ED 505 homepage. Once you've once you've clicked on that, you will come to this screen right here. Obviously, we got to sign up or log in, so click one of those buttons, and then it's going to take you to this screen right here. Now, here you have a couple of different options. You can sign in with your Google account, you can sign in with your Facebook account, or you can sign in with your LinkedIn account, or you can use the good old-fashioned email address and password. That's what I've done obviously right here. So you just click login, and then it's going to take you from this page, once you've logged in, to this page right here. Actually, I'll take that back. I've got ahead of myself. It's going to give you some other options to start from scratch or to use a customized template. I always click the start from scratch one. I think that's the best way to use this. Now, before I get started, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, there's a million things you can do with Powtoon. If I was going to show you all of the different ways you can use Powtoon, then this video would be 45 minutes long, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to try to show you the skeleton, I guess, of Powtoon, basically how you can set it up and how you can create a slideshow and show your students how to create a slideshow. A very simple one. All right, so first off, what I want to do here is kind of show you the framework of how this works. Okay, so over to the right you have a toolbar. Okay, the toolbar is going to be very important. You got your sound, you got your images, you got your text, you got your background. You can make your background a picture. You just hit the upload background right here if you want to. You can choose from a background that's already been created by Powtoons. You can also insert objects like cartoon characters and shapes and things like that. Library, here's the library of the cartoon characters that I was talking about. Emojis. Kids love emojis these days, especially middle school kids. That's who I have. So they really get fired up about stuff like that. Now, again, for me, I don't give my students 2 weeks to work on a Powtoon, so I'm not going to really focus that much on the objects or library section. I'm mainly going to focus on the images and text. For us, I teach 7th and 8th grade social studies, and what I'm going to show you here is how to use this activity, particularly in the 7th grade social studies category. Hopefully, me showing you that, you can just kind of see how this works. So I've got some instructions here. And if you're interested in this, just let me know, email or something like that. I'll be happy to email this to you. These instructions show basically what I want from the students on their Powtoon and their instructions on what they're supposed to be doing here. So they're imagining that they've spent a year as an exchange student, they've come back home, and they're supposed to tell us, their audience, about the country that they've just visited. So we've gone to Europe. Now, say you're studying Europe, or you're studying the Middle East, or you're studying Africa. That would be a great way to do that. Again, this is geography class that I'm talking about here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Italy as my example. I'm going to say I've been to Italy. I've come back, and I want to make a movie describing what Italy is like. So I'm not going to show you the whole slideshow. I just want to kind of give you a background here of what we're trying to do. So like again, I said it, I want to focus on the text, and I want to focus on the images. I want you to describe to me what Italy looks like or what's going on in Italy, and I want you to show me some pictures of Italy. So that's the toolbar, and like I said, we're focusing on those two categories the most. Next, you have this time bar down here on the bottom. This is going to really be what's going to make your Powtoon different than a Prezi or a PowerPoint or some sort of regular slideshow that you got that most of us are familiar with. This right here is going to make your Powtoon a movie, and I'll kind of show you how this works. Well, before I do that, let's go over here to the left side. Here is my slides, my organizer here. If you make multiple slides, you can just navigate between those slides right here on the left side of the screen. All right, now, let me show you how this time bar works, first of all. This little red arrow is going to be, it's going to show you exactly where you're at in your slide. So right now, I've got 10 seconds worth of slide material, and I can always take it back to the beginning and see what I have, what I've created so far. So there's 10 seconds of my slide. There we go. Got 10 seconds of slideshow material. Now, it'll play your whole slideshow if you don't hit pause. So back up here. Now, the way this works is I've got several different objects already in my Powtoon. These are text box, and you can insert text. All you got to do is click text right here, and then click one of these three options. Do not mess with this down here; it gets confusing. I would just click one of these three different categories up here. So we added a title. It threw Italy, and I typed Italy in the little title box up there, and this is what it looks like. Now you can change the color of your font. All your font options are up here in this little bar. And then it puts it on your time bar. And at first, it's probably going to look like this right here. So now every single bit of text that you put in is going to be in this three little on the left side right here of the time bar. So just kind of show you what I'm talking about. We're going to add some body text in there. And I'm going to move it around a little bit. And I'm going to say, Italy is awesome. Why not? Italy's awesome. Okay, now I'm going to hit play, and this is what we've got. It threw Italy is awesome right there at the 5-second mark, probably because that's where my red arrow is. So you can see Italy is awesome comes in later. So the little text box here, what this is doing is it's designating when your text is going to come into the slide and then when it's going to go out of the slide. So you can affect that by just clicking on it and dragging it through. So let's say that we want Italy is awesome to come in at 6.5 seconds. Then we're going to put that at 6.5 seconds, and it's going to fade out at 10 seconds. Same for these other ones right here. Let's say that we want the boot of Europe to come in at 4 seconds and also go out at 10 seconds. And then we want the title of Italy to come in at 0 seconds and then to fade away at 5 seconds. Now again, this is all going to come, as far as your experience and how, getting good at using this resource, it's going to come from just using the resource as much as you can and getting used to its features. So this pretty much is like just a background of it. Now again, when I first started using Powtoon in the classroom, it was, first of all, it takes a minute to explain to your kids. It may take a couple of days to explain to your students how to use this. And then once they get started, they're going to discover all kinds of features on their own, and they're going to be much better Powtoon expert users than you are. So let's go ahead and look and see how this works. We played it. Italy's there at 0 seconds. The boot of Europe comes in at 4 seconds. Italy fades. And then Italy is awesome comes there at the end. Now you can, like I said, you can insert all kinds of things. You can insert objects to use and make your slideshow as aesthetically pleasing as you want, or as cool as you want to. Anyway, anything you want to do. So that's pretty much how the text works. I'm going to show you one other option of Powtoons, and then I'm going to show you a final product. Okay, I'm going to show you one that I've created as a demonstration of students. I may show you a couple slides of it. And then I'm going to finish the video by showing you some student work that one of my students in the 7th grade have already created for Italy. So real fast, though, let's look at the images. Like I said, let's click on here, and what I'll do before I show you this is I'm going to go over the instructions of how I use this in my 7th grade classroom. So right here, these are some instructions. I've got to throw out a shout out to one of the other 7th grade teachers that actually created this. He did a good job with this. He's actually the one that introduced Powtoon to me. But what they're doing here is they're scribing their country back home, and they've got several things they need to have: the country name, pictures of the country, country facts. Create a slide for each one of these. What is the capital? What are the two major cities? What languages are spoken? What religions are practiced? You get the point. And we can go on down here, and there's several things they have to get in there. And we use the Culturegrams resource so the students could find this information. They can find it in one spot. And that's the difficult part about this is making this practical and putting this, making it where the students can actually use this resource in the classroom. And then we also have a rubric here on how we were going to grade this. And again, if you were interested in any of this stuff, please contact me. I'd be happy to share. He hasn't benefited from this by, he's not selling it or anything like that. He'd be happy to share this with you, as I would too. He shared it with me, and same for me. I'd be happy to share it with you. So let's go back to this Powtoon and put some images in the slideshow. So you're going to click on image. Now the students can search the internet for images if they want to, save them on their computer and upload them. You can do that. I'm not going to do that right yet because I'm just going to go to the image search button, because you can also do that through the image search button. If you want to search for an image, Powtoons does have some images right here that you can search from. Just type in Italy right there, some pictures will come up, and then they go directly to your library. Now, as you can see here, I've already saved some pictures to my library, and that's what I'm going to pull these out of. A couple from Italy here. And there's premium photos. Avoid the premium photos. They want you to pay money. You don't need that. You can always just search the internet for pictures for your students. So it gives you a couple options. As soon as you click that, set as background or insert image. I'm just going to insert the image because I'm going to show you how to maneuver that. You guys can obviously set the background. All you have to do is click a button. So again, it throws it right there at the beginning of my time bar. So there's a picture of the Coliseum. It's right there at the beginning of the time bar. Now I'm going to add another picture also. So let's go back to the image search button, and we're going to go to my library again because I've already got some pictures loaded up. And this picture right here is pretty sweet. We're going to insert it. And now I've got another picture, and they're both right on top of each other, and that is okay. That's fine with us, because what I'm going to do is make this one really big. It'll let me get there. Oh, come on now. Aha. Just so you know, the lag that I'm experiencing right here that's kind of messing me up, that is not Powtoon. It works fine. My internet is not very fast, so don't let that discourage you from using this resource. It is really neat. Now, so it looks at first like we're not going to be able to see both these pictures. But as you can see, I've got this one highlighted, and I'm going to have it come in. And also, let me do this as well real fast. You can add seconds to your slideshow by clicking this button right here. So we're going to add 5 seconds. We added 5 seconds. Now, we want this picture to come in after this text right here. And then we want to slide this back. And there's the Coliseum. It's covering up all our text. And it comes in at the very beginning. There's an image, the little image button. If they're stacked up on top of each other, you just highlight this and then click one of these little buttons here. That's going to help you out. So let's click the plain image, and we don't want the image to cover up all of our text. So we're going to have the Coliseum come in at 12.5 seconds, and we're going to have this picture fade at 12 seconds. Let's make it come in about 9. That way we have time to see it for a second. All right. So your final, now what we've done was we've put a couple pictures in, we've spread them out, we've put 3 text boxes in here, and what we've done was we've created an entire slide. Just one slide. So it does take a little bit to do this, especially depending on how much work you want to put in. Italy, the boot of Europe comes in. Italy is awesome. And then, boom, we got a cool picture. And then, boom, we've got another cool picture. And then it goes to the next slide. Now, there is this little transition. You can add transitions between your pictures. You can add transitions between your slides. You can There's all sorts of tools for this. But again, I'm just going to show you a final product now that we've kind of seen how this works. And well, let's go here first to the one that I've created real fast. And then I'll show you, I mean, even an old man like myself can use this and do some pretty neat stuff with it. And then I'm going to show you a final product of student work. Okay, so this was meant to be a demonstration. And you can add music as well. All you do, see, mine's got the sound pulled up now, is you go to the soundtrack, and then there's an option to, well, I'll just show it to you. It just takes a minute to load up. Okay, right there. Music track, import file. You can import a file. Of course, I do not encourage stealing music. It needs to be one that you own, or you don't need to use it, and you can upload an MP3 from one that you already own. Also, they also have music in here as well. Now, most of that music's not going to be very popular music, so I would encourage, you know, to have like a music library or something like that for yourself to use. But all right, so let's check this out. This one slide here. Coach Davis. Okay, so that was just one slide there. Now I've got an entire slideshow here. I just kind of want to show you what it's going to look like on the bottom of your screen if you add music, and you can see all the different things that I've got here. And like I said, the possibilities of the amount of work that you want to put in this and the end result can be exactly, you know, it's as much as you want to put in it is exactly what you're going to get back out of it. The possibilities are endless. Now, again, if you have any questions about how to use this resource, please just let me know. And I will be happy to help you out. Also, the rubric and the instructions for the European countries project, I'll also be happy to provide for you. I think those are really good resources, and one of my favorite activities that I do, that we do in a class all year long. Now, I'm going to end this presentation of Powtoon here with some student work that was created in here. Now, the name in this student work is not a real name. I've gone in and logged in and changed the student's name to a different name. So this is not a real, the name's not a real person, but a real student did create this work. So let's see if we can make the big screen pull up here. And it does have some music on there. And again, my name is Jake Davis. Please let me know if you need any questions. And this is some student work right here. This person did an excellent job. Now again, you can see there are some errors, probably grammatically and things like that. But other than that, for a 7th grade student, I thought this was a really, really good activity.
You were the shadow to my light. Did you feel ours? Another star, you fade away. Afraid our aim is out of sight. Wanna see us alive. Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? Was it all a fantasy? Where are you now? You were the where are you now? I'm dancing, I'm dancing. Where are you now? Another dream. The monsters running wild inside me. I'm feeling, so lost. I'm feeling, so lost. I'm feeling. These shallow waters never what I needed. I'm letting go, a deeper dive, eternal silence of the sea. I'm breathing alive. Where are you now? Where are you now? I'm dead like the daylight to set my heart on fire. Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? And I'm dancing, I'm dancing. Where are you now? Another dream. The monsters running
created using Powtoon.